Hello, this is LennyDoesIT, and today we're going to go through a Cisco ASA failover for active standby. Basically, why you'd want to do this is high availability. If you wanted to get to where if one ASA goes down, the other one will take over. Let's get started. So right now you can see on my topology here, I have a VPC 192.168.1.1. And on the other end, the outside, I have 192.168.2.2. Both attached to a switch using Arista VEOS. And then in between them, we have two ASAs. Inside over here, outside over here. On the inside, we have a network of 192.168.1.0/24. And then we have on the outside 192.168.2.0/24. Now the interfaces we're going to be using for the ASAs are the very end of the subnet, so it's .254 for each. And then if you look right here, we have a 12.0 on the gigabit Ethernet 0.3. If I just open up the VPC right here and I do it's a show IP, you can see where I've already set the IPs. So I have 192.168.1.1/24, and I've already set the gateway as 254. Same thing on VPC too. I'll show you that really quick. No, pretty much at the end, we'll use these just to do a ping test across. But yeah, let's get started. So first thing we want to do is open up the ASA1 in your window, go to the console. We're already in configuration mode. So we're going to go to interface. We have gigabit Ethernet 0/3. As you can see, we're going to be manipulating the 0/3 interface. This is the one that goes directly to the second ASA. And in here, we're going to do a no shutdown. Then we're going to type failover LAN unit primary. Then we're going to give it a failover LAN interface. Failover gigabit Ethernet. And then we have here a warning that says non-failover interface config is cleared on gigabit Ethernet 0/3 and its subinterfaces. After that, we can configure the failover interface. So we're going to type failover interface IP failover. We can tab that out now because we created it before. 192.168.12.1. I'm going to give it a 255.255.255.0 as you saw in the topology. Sorry, I didn't type the entire thing. So after that, we're going to type standby 192.168.12.2. Great. After that, type failover. Okay, failover is now configured on ASA1. So what we're going to do now is to type out the interface configurations for the rest of the topology. So you can see here we have 00 and 01. So we're going to go to interface. We're going to select 0. We're going to no shut this. We're going to call this inside. We're going to give it an IP address 192.168.1.254. And then 255.255.255.0. Standby. 192.168.1.253. And then we're going to go over to interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1. So interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1. So keep in mind, we've just configured the 0/0 interface on the inside. And now we're going to go over to 0/1. What we're doing is we're setting up that 254 is our IP address and then standing by over to 253. So, all right, in 0/1, we're going to type out IP address 192.168.2.254. Give that a Class C subnet mask. Standby. .253. And of course, we're going to name it outside. Let's go ahead and write. Actually, first, let's go ahead and monitor inside, and then monitor outside. What this does is the ASA requires something that triggers the failover mechanism. An interface that fails is a good trigger. When the inside and outside interface fails, we should fail over. So by default, all physical interfaces are monitored. But let me show you the command anyways. All right. We have configured ASA number 1. Let's go ahead and write our changes and hop on over to ASA 2. Let's go ahead and enable. Let's go into configuration mode, hit no. Then we're going to type in failover LAN secondary unit secondary. We're going to type in failover LAN interface failover gigabit Ethernet 0/3. We're going to type failover link failover sorry, I typed that in wrong, not 0/0, it's 0/3. And then next we're going to type failover once again, interface, IP, failover 192.168.12.1, 255.255.255.0. And we're going to do the standby command once more, 192.168.12.2. And then we're going to type failover. All right, so we configured the ASA2 to be the standby device. Its ETH 0/3 interface will be used for failover, and we'll configure the active and standby IP addresses. Let's enable this interface so that the ASAs can talk to each other now. Let's go to interface, gigabit Ethernet 0/3. Let's go ahead and give it a no shut. You see now we have a detecting active mate. It's like it's authenticating. Let's go over to ASA1 and see what's happening. All right. Beginning replication, sending to mate. In configuration, replication to mate. Let's go ahead and write our memory on number 2. Let's go ahead and see if our failover is working. Right, so it looks like number 1 is the secondary. Or no, we're on the second one, sorry. This is the second one, and it's secondary. Let's Let's go ahead and do a show failover. All right, failover unit primary, failover LAN interface, failover gigabit Ethernet 0/3. We have our hold time at 15 seconds, our polling frequency at 5, interface policy at 1. Let's go ahead and look down at more. Let's go ahead and try some ping tests now. So we've got the virtual BC1. Let's just see if we can hit the default gateway for this guy. That's 1.254. So ping 192.168.1.254. All right, looks like I'm able to hit the gateway for this guy. Let's go ahead on VPC number 2. So remember this one, the IP address is 2.2, and its gateway is 2.254. So ping 192.168.2.254. Makes sense that I wouldn't be able to. It's on the outside, so it's probably blocked by default. But let's see if I can ping from 1.1 to 2.2. Timeout. So let me go ahead and take a look at this really quick. Be right back. All right, guys, I think I found what it is. So looks like administratively down for 0/1. So I probably just forgot to turn it on. So interface, gigabit Ethernet, 0/1, node shut. Go ahead and take a look on Ethernet or ASA number 2. So show interface IP brief. Looks like it's up for 0/1. I mean, because yeah, these are replicating over now. So let's go ahead and see if we can ping from this guy to its gateway again. All right, so it looks like we're able to ping now. So it's just a shutdown interface. Let's see if this guy can hit VPC2 now. No, it's still a timeout. All right, let me see if I can figure this out. All right, so there's probably some other configurations I have to do to ping across the ASAs, but that's kind of out of the scope of what we're looking at right now. We're looking to see if this active standby failover will work. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and ping 192.168.1.254. See, that's the main interface, the gateway that I'm trying to reach. And then let's see, can I default as 5? Okay, so let's go ahead and count. Let's send it like 100, 192.168.1.54. Looks like I got to add that to the end. All right, so I'm going to send 100 pings. Now let's watch this. I'm going to go here. Since number 1 ASA is the active and number 2 is the standby, let's go ahead and just shut down the first ASA. So I'm going to go see PC1 still pinging across. Let's go ahead and stop that guy. ASA1 stopped. Let's go here. All right, timeout. Let's see if number 2 picks back up on this. Look at that. Okay. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 2 picked back up. So, yep, disconnected from number 1. Let's go into ASA number 2. You can see right here it says switching to active. If I type in show failover. All right, failover on, failover unit secondary. Not seeing where it's active, but it is up, and it does appear to be working. All right, here we are. This is active. This host, secondary, it's now active. Primary one failed. All right, so this has been LennyDoesIT. Thank you for watching this short intro to ASA failovers, and continue to watch. I'll put up more content.